If you want to rank a brand new niche site without a single backlink, no outreach, no PBNs, no paid tools, listen very closely. Because what I'm about to show you is one focused page that hit Google's front page on its first impression, and it did it with 0 links pointing at it. Here's the promise. One page, 11 different keywords, 0 backlinks. It went live on a domain with no history, debuted on page 1, and it's been sitting there for 90 days. Not climbing, not fighting, just parked in a slot the rest of the search results left wide open. My name's Vlad. I'm an SEO operator, same as you. I've built 9 Search Console verified sites and I've been ranking pages for years. And for the longest time, I believed the thing everyone believes, that you just can't rank without links. So, I chased links like everyone told me to. I guest posted for months. I bought PBN links from a guy online. I ground out cold outreach every morning, begging for placements. I spent real money and real weeks on it. And here's the part that stung. The rankings I got from all that link chasing never held. A page would move up, then slide right back. I was renting positions I didn't own. Nothing stuck long enough to build a business on. Then it hit me. The whole story that you need high domain authority to rank is something SEO agencies sell you, because links are what they charge for. Your difficulty tool tells you a keyword is impossible, but it's measuring the wrong thing entirely. Here's what I mean. My difficulty tool scored the main keyword in 85. Impossible on a new domain. Every guide says skip anything over 30, so I skipped the seed, but underneath it sat a whole layer of top tool name searches nobody had covered. So I stopped asking the wrong question. I stopped asking, can my new page beat the homepage at position 1? And I started asking, is there room on page 1 for a page more useful than the listicles already sitting there? That one question became the search gap method. I packaged the whole thing into a community called the Search Gap Method. It's where I teach the exact system I'm about to walk you through with the templates and the keyword lists I use on every site. 219 people are inside already. You find keywords your difficulty tool told you to skip, which means you're building on ground nobody else is fighting for. No bidding war, no authority race, just an open slot with real buyers searching it. You build one focused page instead of 50, so that you're not burning months on a giant content plan. One page done right can capture a dozen related searches all on its own. Every page you ship is an asset you own, giving you rankings that hold instead of positions you rent from a link seller. When you stop paying for links, the traffic stops disappearing. And you do all of it without ever having to send a single outreach email, buy a single link, or touch a PBN. The method is the outreach. The gap does the work for you. So how does it actually work? 4 steps. Detect the gap, validate it's real, build one focus page, then ship it and leave it alone. Let me walk you through each one, using a real page I ranked. Step 1. Detect. Take your hard seed keyword and look at the layer of specific searches underneath it. In my case, that seed was AI Humanizer. Underneath it were dozens of individual tool names, each its own search, most never reviewed by anyone with a working blog. Here's exactly how I built the list. I scanned Product Hunt for tool launches in the last year. I pulled the autocomplete tree. I read Reddit threads and grabbed every tool name mentioned in the replies. And I checked who was paying for ads on the seed, because anyone bidding $5 a click is making real money. Step 2. Validate. Open the actual search results in incognito. For one of those tool names, position 1 was the tool's own site. Positions 2 through 10, all listicles that mentioned it in a single sentence. Not one page was actually about that tool. That's the gap. And this is the part the difficulty score gets wrong. It asks, can a new domain beat the homepage at position 1? Probably not. It never asks the question that matters. Is there room for a better page than the listicles filling 2 through 10? That's the room you build in. Step 3. Build. One focused page. The verdict in the first paragraph so a reader knows my take in 5 seconds, not buried at the bottom. A real pricing table pulled from their live page. Honest pros and cons with at least 3 real cons, because a page with no cons reads like a sales pitch, and Google knows it. Review and product schema, a page that's genuinely the best answer to that query. Step 4. Ship it and walk away. I published on January 10th. No outreach, no links, no social push. 41 days later, Google gave it a first impression, and it didn't crawl in at position 50. It debuted at position 7, Page 1, first try. Now, here's the mistake most people make. They think they need a big cluster, 10 supporting pages before anything ranks. I shipped one page, and that one page pulled in 11 different spellings of the brand name on its own. The tool name with a space, without a space, with .com, with AI on the end, ChatGPT on the front. One page, 11 doorways in. Because Google groups them all by intent. And this is the receipt. Here's that page today, sitting on page 1 for the tool name above the listicles that used to own it. Brand new domain, 0 backlinks. Over 90 days it captured 11 keywords, held an average position of 8.9, and pulled a click-through rate more than double the baseline. No links, just a gap. Now, inside the Search Gap community, you don't just get the method, you get the full training. 4 modules that take you from picking a gap to shipping the page to monetizing it. The keyword scoring system, the zero authority ranking mechanics, the whole workflow, start to finish. You get the prompt library I use to draft these pages, the keyword lists, the rank and rent playbook for renting these pages to local businesses. If I sold each of these as its own course, you'd be looking at well over $1,000 in training. So, what does it cost to get inside? Not $1,000, not $500. It's $27 a month. That's less than the price of a single guest post for a system that never asks you to buy a link again. It's a paid community, and it's the cheapest line item in your whole SEO stack. When you join, you also get the keyword gap templates, the exact spreadsheets I use to find and score these openings, so you're not starting from a blank page on day 1. And you get the community itself, 219 operators shipping gap pages, posting their whims and answering questions. When you get stuck, someone who's already done it is right there to help. And here's how I take the risk off the table. It's month to month, no contract, no lock-in. You come in, you learn the system, you ship your first page. If it's not for you, cancel with one click, and you keep every template you downloaded. That's the deal. Here's the only real deadline. Every gap I just showed you is open right now, but gaps close. The moment someone else builds the focused page for a keyword, that slot is gone. The sites that win are the ones that ship before the gap fills in. So, if you want the full method, the templates, the keyword lists, and the community, come join the Search Gap method. It's $27 a month, and the link's right below this video. Join, work through the 4 modules, and ship your first gap page this week. I'll see you inside. Here's everything you're getting. The full 4-module ranking system, the keyword gap templates and scoring sheets, the prompt library, the rank and rent monetization playbook, and the community of 219 operators. Over $1,000 of training, all of it in one place. That's the full stack. Over $1,000 in training, the templates, the playbooks, and the community, all for $27 a month. Month to month, cancel anytime, so click the link below, join the Search Gap method, and go ship the page that fills your first gap. I'll see you inside.